Okay, everyone, here's what I changed about my garden. Okay, so the pole beans I decided to take up, they were not doing really well, most likely because they got tangled and just weren't getting enough nutrition to the vines. My son helped with that. But anyway, I decided to take them up and I planted the green bush beans because I actually prefer growing those. Bush beans, they're faster growing and just produce a lot quickly, a lot more. So I put some green bush beans there, and then I put purple, and then another row green on this side. I put a few black beans. I actually did a middle row because it was a wider little area of black beans, which they grow really fast too. So I already have some of these, and I didn't plant these too long ago. So they will start to grow pretty quickly and start producing. These are my tomatoes again. As you can see, they've gotten taller. I left for 3 days, had somebody water my plants, came back, and I had to put some sticks up because they had grown so much while I was gone. I have a lot more of these Italian tomatoes growing just everywhere, just so many Italian tomatoes growing on that side. I've already had 2 of my lemon boys taken off, and I used one for a sandwich today. And yes, they definitely have less of an acidy taste to them compared to, say, the Delicious. That this is my first Delicious, so it's the biggest, obviously. I do have a few more of those, but I noticed they seem to be slower growing than, say, the Italian over there. Now, these 2 are not Delicious. They are pink, if I remember correctly. I have it written down in my book. And that's another Delicious plant that doesn't seem to be doing that great, but it's still kicking though. I did plant some kind of an awkward spot right here. These are another lemon boys that I took from some stems and grew roots on them. These are some lemon boys. But yeah, these Italians are just doing really, 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 really well. Like so much faster, so much more than the Delicious over there. So that's a thing I can write in my notes that I noticed. I will have to tie that to the new stick. I haven't tied it yet. But anyway, over here are the spicy chilies. Looks like jalapenos because I have different ones down the row. So it's going to be a surprise, let's just say that. But I think these 2 are jalapenos. So then I have, I don't think I've got anything on this one. Oh, there's a little tiny little start to one. If I can get it in the damn camera, it's too bright. Okay, there we go. So little starts on a lot of them. And then this one has like a whole bunch of them starting. One here. So they're doing really, really well. And this one just has one little one and some starters that are starting and some little flowers. So yeah, when we came back we had peppers. Now I moved those cucumbers over here. They may or may not do okay from the move, but it's not a big worry of mine. Hopefully next time I can get some cucumber plants to actually pollinate a little bit better. They didn't do that well. I did have them over there where I had the beans, but I was like, I'm gonna try to move them. If they do okay, they do okay. If they don't, they don't. This is my lettuce. I haven't had too much trouble with the bugs getting to my lettuce. I kept the net on them, but not too many have gotten eaten up. I just used diatomaceous earth, and that's pretty much all I used, to be honest. Most of the greens I pulled up, so like I said, I think in my last video, if anybody even watched it. But I just kept them for now. I don't know. I may just use it to feed the turtle or something. And I have broccoli over here, but I don't think it's going to do anything because I planted it in the wrong time. So I don't think the broccoli is really going to do anything. But I just kept it there. It seemed like it was trying to grow, so I figured I'd see what happens and take notes. But yeah, that's what's changed. I still kept my onions over there. I mean, they'd have probably done better if I had them during the right time, but I think it's supposed to be cooler when I do it. But they're actually still growing. I have quite a few down the row, but it's just hard to see because they're not huge. But you may or may not see them down there. And the carrots should have been in a cooler season too, but they seem to be doing okay as far as growth-wise. So, I mean, it wasn't too hot when I originally planted them, but we'll see how they do. And I'll just take note of it like I'm doing with everything else. And as far as my herbs go, I noticed some bugs on my basil. Some of it started to shrivel up like that, but I noticed when I looked at the back of it, there were some bugs, which I put some mild soapy water on it, and it seems to have taken them off. So I'm gonna just keep an eye on it and see how they start to grow new leaves, and hopefully the new leaves come out okay. I'm glad I just figured it out because I kept looking around, but everything's growing good, and the new ones I bought and put in there and water on the bottom seem to be doing good too. I repotted some tomatoes, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. I wanted to sell them at some point, maybe when they start budding flowers or something. I repotted them because they started needing more room to grow and started getting a little yellow, but the ones I repotted first, you can see they started turning green again, which is good. And I put some white diatomaceous earth on the leaves. But so yeah, I just did that today for a couple of them because these were the yellowest ones. So I'm trying to get more room for the roots to grow. The strawberries are definitely going to need some more room to grow. I'm going to have to keep an eye on my grapevine because I left for a couple days and I don't think that got watered, but only some of the leaves were starting to turn a little yucky, but most of it still looks good. As far as the blueberry bush, I noticed I have one little blueberry starting, and all the leaves have grown on it really, really nicely because when I got it, it was just a stem of nothing. I have some orange trees growing down there from seeds from a neighbor's tree. And my black raspberry and blackberry bush parts that I got from little starters from Lowe's. One's doing better than the other. The black raspberry seems to be very slow growing, but I mean, it doesn't look like it's dying. It just doesn't look like it's growing really fast. So I don't know if it's just a slow grower or that's just how it is, you know. But that's basically what I've changed and what I've done so far and what's going on. I'm still trying to get this going as good as I can. I've been using my herbs for teas and stuff, so I really want my sweet basil and stuff to do well. My dill's looking better. All the newer growth is starting to turn nice and green now. I trimmed some out, and I didn't trim all the dying stuff out yet, but I'm trying to give it room to grow. I probably need some more room for roots, so I tried to thin it out a little bit. I may have to get some more parsley and cilantro, but other than that, see how everything goes. And hope I can keep learning some more good information, but that's it for now, I guess. And see you guys on the next video if anybody watches. All right, bye.